So, Bristol's fallen, Gloucester's next. And Gloucester now was beginning, or we had pulled all our forces, Massey had pulled all our forces in. So we had garrisons in Tewkesbury, we had garrisons in Hereford, we had garrisons in Berkeley Castle, Sudeley Castle. He pulled all the men in, fighting men, because the whole point now was to defend Gloucester. That was his sole aim. So forces then from Royalist held Bristol started moving in. They also came up over the Cotswolds. Painswick became a big area for Royalist forces. They encamped around Painswick. There was a lot of fighting around Painswick actually to and fro during the Civil War. The first major skirmish, the siege of Gloucester is actually documented as starting on the 10th of August. In my view, it actually started on the 8th of August. So the first recorded big skirmish, if you like, forces came down Painswick, they came down Horspool's Hill, what we would think now is Horspool's Hill. They came into Brockworth, they moved up into the small village of Tuffley. I'm a Tuffley boy, born and bred, and leave it there. Moved up into Tuffley, and they actually ransacked Tuffley. There must have been a fella or a lady on a fast horse. They swiftly got back to Gloucester, and Gloucester then was notified of a Royalist force of significance in Tuffley. Gloucester then raised a force. Massey was actually up in Tewkesbury at this time, so it was a force under a lesser officer, and they actually marched out and went to the aid of Tuffley. Their scouts would have noticed our troops come in. They started retreating back towards Painswick, and the skirmish actually, the major skirmish, they ransacked Tuffley. There were fatalities at Tuffley where they killed people from Tuffley and looted Tuffley. As they made their way back past Wadden Church on your right, so you're heading towards Stroud now. Nowadays, as you would say, the M5, obviously it wasn't there then, I hope not. As they went over the M5 now, as you go over the M5 now going towards Brookthorpe, you'll see an orchard on the right hand side. That orchard was there at the time, and that's where a lot of the skirmishing was fought, around the church and in that orchard. Not a great deal of casualties, but if you go into Gloucester Museum now, in that direction, you can still see several of the helmets that have been found in the orchard of Brookthorpe. It's a bit inconclusive, but what it showed the Royalists is Gloucester, this is significant, what Bristol didn't do, what it showed the Royalists is Gloucester was quite happy to open the gates and come out and take the fight to the enemy.